All right, folks. In this episode, by the way, we have our favorite person, Jory Griffis, back with us. He's in the late night pantheon. Okay. We talk about Resident Evil and we talk about E.T. Now, on the Patreon, we do a full watch along. That's not on this main feed episode. So if you want to watch the movie along with us, go to patreon.com/late-night. But even if you don't do that, this is a very fun episode, especially when you hit the post ET watching part. We have two parts this episode, combined into one for your convenience. Pre-ET, post-ET. Enjoy this. We get a little loopy by the end. It's a long movie, but not a long episode. So enjoy. We're just going to dive into it.
Okay.
Now, we're here to do two things. Chew bubblegum and watch E.T. And unfortunately, yes, Jory, do you have something to say?
I have neither bubblegum nor do I have a streaming service on which to view E.T.
I have bubblegum.
Where are we watching E.T.?
I rented it on Amazon.
I've been looking so forward to watching E.T. all day, and I am not joking.
Now, Jory.
Brian.
When we were talking about doing this a few weeks ago, a week ago, one of the reasons we didn't do it is because I hadn't played enough Resident Evil.
That's a great point.
So I think we should start out.
Requiem, released by Capcom in the year of our Lord 2026 on, if I'm not mistaken, March 18th? No, February 18th. I goofed.
Yeah, it can't be March 18th because that would have been 2 days ago. Yes, Resident Evil Requisite. Resident Evil Requiem, the first Resident Evil game I've ever played.
Oh, fascinating. You didn't even play any of the originals.
I did not.
Because he's a fake gamer girl.
I am a fake gamer girl. Yes, it is very true. Well, you know actually what my number one priority is, right?
Wait.
Can you guess what it is? Layton, can you guess what it is?
Eating ass and getting money?
Those are my second and third priorities. Yeah,
Reversing Leon S. Kennedy's twink death?
Nope. My number one priority is ethics in games journalism.
Right, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been making a lot of baseless and incredibly scurrilous accusations. I said scurrilous.
Scurrilous. I knew what you meant. Well, yeah, but I do want to list my priorities, right? Number one, ethics in games journalism. Tie for 2 and 3, eating ass and getting money.
Right.
Number 4 is finding a good sandwich. Right.
How's that going?
It's actually, I've got some spots.
Bub and Grandma's?
But I won't tell. I don't actually know that one.
Oh, okay.
But after that, distant fifth is my family. And then
what the fuck are we? Chopped liver?
You're in family, broadly speaking, family and friends.
Oh, Brian! I think that
right.
we're mostly doing a bit here, but that I actually felt that a little bit.
Well, I meant it. I meant it a little bit. And number 6,
podcast is way
down on the list, right? Well, let me finish my top 10 priorities. Okay. Number 6 is fucking our day, of course. Gotta do that.
Does smoking weed every day make the list in any way?
That's number 7, Jory.
Oh.
Now I don't want to indicate, and this is crucial, right? Just because this is my list of priorities,
More
it doesn't mean
more like
this
indica. I'm obsessed with weed now.
Yeah, I can tell by all the sativa running down your face. So what I was going to say is just because this is my ordered list of priorities doesn't mean this is the order in which I do these things every day.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So sometimes I smoke weed, then I have sex. Other days I might have sex, then smoke weed.
Yeah, smoking weed, then having sex, it can get really existential sometimes. If you get a really heady high going, it's not good.
I will be honest. That's a thing I've never done. Because I've smoked weed. Of course, I have sex constantly, all the time. Everybody knows this about me. So I've smoked weed 6 times ever. And 5 of those times was when my girlfriend lived across the country and I was in a boarding school in Connecticut. And the 6th, I had been married for 15 years and my wife was like, we're not doing this.
Existential is certainly the way to describe it. It's like, God, it's so weird that we put our tongues in each other's mouths. Who came up with this? What?
Yeah.
This is something we like as opposed to some kind of Baroque punishment.
That we've just convinced ourselves is fun. So let's see, that was what, number 6 and 7?
Yes.
Yes. Number 8, of course, is my fans. My legions of fans. We call, the Legion of Skanks, the fans that I have across the world. Number 9 is making sure all my friends have good internet connections.
Hey, fuck you.
What? Again, it's a priority. I didn't.
You're
say
failing at your priority. If this is your priority, it's not. You've done nothing to further your cause.
8 out of 9 ain't bad, as Meatloaf once said.
And number 10 is watching excellent films with the two of you.
Aw.
Oh.
I know.
So we're not doing that tonight.
Shit.
Well, we're gonna try if the internet cooperates. But
I would love to.
We're gonna talk about Resident Evil for a little bit first, because you
coincidentally your enumerated list exactly matched the number of canon mainline titles in the Resident Evil series.
There are 10?
Number 8, aka Village, would be. Wait, you got to 10? I thought you had landed at 9.
No, I had 10.
Fuck!
Jory, invent a Resident Evil game.
The Resident Evil, the Legacy of the Blorgon's Curse.
Good use of Blorgons, Jory.
I'm trying. It's been a long day. So, Brian, I have played almost every game in the franchise that we're talking about. It is one of the only AAA game franchises that I would consider myself a fan of, because they seem to use a very, very high budget to create relatively brief titles that are filled with nonstop stupid bullshit in a way that I really enjoy.
Yeah, nonstop stupid bullshit is how I would describe this game, except it stops for a while once you get to Raccoon City.
I agree with that. That is the worst thing about the game. And I think that's a pretty universal opinion.
Yeah, I honestly can't see how someone would have a different opinion about that particular point. Now, whether you like that or not is a separate thing. Yes, Leighton, the chair recognizes Leighton.
Thank you. Where in Raccoon City are you? Have you gotten to the police station yet?
I am now down in the Ark.
Oh, great. You made some good progress.
Yeah, you did.
I just beat a plants, maybe all part of the same plant, unclear.
All part of the same plant.
Okay.
So we have a lot of ground to cover, but yeah, I'm, nostalgia is tough, because I think that anybody would be lying if they said they were immune to it. However, I think that my pretentious asshole cynicism levels are high enough that I'm still fairly allergic to it. And I found the RPD section of the game fairly frustrating because of how much they were attempting to hit me in the feels, as millennials like myself would have said on the internet 15 years ago. How did you feel
with
about
callbacks to previous games?
Yeah.
Okay. This was, of course, completely and totally lost on me because I had no reference for any of these. And I could tell what they were doing.
Yeah.
They're not exactly subtle about it. But the thing you can't tell coming in at 9 is I didn't know which game this was a reference to, first of all. You could have told me, basically, I would have been surprised had you said 8. But anything 1 through 6, I would have been like, okay, that tracks. And clearly, the other thing is when he goes by a desk and there's a nameplate. It's like, okay, was that a player character, or is that just some random dude that you were supposed to have known?
Yeah.
The daughter in the closet or something was clearly supposed to get you. Did nothing to me. I didn't recognize that character.
Yeah.
So it didn't work. I felt nothing about that except, okay, I bet people who have played more of these games are like understanding this more.
Well, they also are so desperately at odds with themselves in this title because this game. So most of what's happening in that part of the story are references to Resident Evil 2, which the original game is from 1998, which is the year that the Raccoon City incident supposedly happened. But so much retconning has happened as a result of all of the games in this series being remade that most of these are actually references to a game that most of us played in 2019, the Resident Evil 2 remake, which means that all of this intense nostalgia is for a relatively modern game that we all played 7 years ago. For example, all of the stuff with Robert Kendo and his daughter who died in that closet.
Yes.
That is all invented entirely in the remakes. In the original game, Robert Kendo is unceremoniously torn apart in the first 4 minutes of the game, and he's made into a little bit more of a fleshed out, sentimental character in the new game. And so all of that stuff not only would ring a little false for me from a nostalgic standpoint if it was something that I had played when I was 10 years old. However, it's all stuff that I played when I was a full-ass adult in 2019.
Interesting.
And it feels extremely hollow to me. But to each their own.
Leighton, what's your experience with Resident Evil?
Played none of them. Watched Aaron play 8 and this one, and have watched various other YouTubers play the other one. So that's been my experience with the franchise, which feels like a very Zoomer way to have been interacting with it. I've watched other people play it, but just because mechanically they're not interesting to me. But I do love watching silly bullshit happen when I don't have to be the one doing it.
They're also frequently very frustrating games to play, and so I think watching them in that Zoomery, internet-y way probably gives you a much better impression of them. Sometimes.
I mean, it's the same with Silent Hill. I mean, watching Aaron fight that plant, I was like, oh, thank God I'm not the one doing this, because I would have given up like an hour ago.
Legit.
Yeah. I will say, I do not find the game frustrating to play. I find the general mechanics of it pretty easy.
And you're playing on normal, not classic?
Yes. Well, whatever the default one that it just starts up in, that's the one I'm playing.
That would be standard parentheses, modern end parentheses.
I think that's what it is. I did turn on, because I have no patience for lots of aiming. I turned aim assist on pretty high, which I'm just fine with.
I like the aim assist features in the game. I think they feel pretty good.
You're also on controller.
Yeah, I had it off for a while, and I was like, I would be having more fun if I just was getting better aim assist. The general weapon, first person for Grace, third person for Leon. Fun. I like that idea. General weapon handling, which of course I do a lot of at home on my own, is, I think, fine and doesn't seem frustrating. The only part I found frustrating, as I was texting you both, is I am very tired of game plots, which happen in almost all these big games, where it's like, we got to go over there. Uh-oh, this thing is broken. Let's go get its parts. Okay, I'm going to go get the parts. One's here, one's there, one's there. I did that, yeah. And I was like, can we just not? One thing I like about this game, and this might be because I'm playing it wrong, is that one of my main complaints with Alan Wake 2 was there was just too much, if I wanted to be a completist about it, there was too much shit to collect.
Yeah.
And this game has a lot less of that, which I appreciate.
I think so having played all of these games, or at least all of the mainline ones and virtually all of the non-mainline ones, I think the Chronic Care Center is maybe the best designed stuff in the entire series. I think
it's really fun.
It's like nonstop new fun gags and fun new ideas. Yeah. And even though as a puzzle fan, I feel let down by the relative lack of puzzles.
Let's just be clear. There are no puzzles in this game.
I will say a lack of puzzles at least means there are no fucking dog shit puzzles.
That's 100%. I'm not even saying that as a complaint. I didn't go in expecting this to be a puzzle game in any sense. So I am not bummed by the lack of puzzles. However, if someone was like, oh my God, the puzzles in Resident Evil Requiem, I would be like, what are you actually talking about?
Yeah, for real.
Because it's like, it reminds me of a thing that I tweeted once, which is any room.
As a wise man once said.
Yes, as myself once said. But it was an NSP tweet, as many of my best tweets were, which thus means I got no credit for it. Any room can be an escape room if you're dumb enough. And that is how this.
That's great.
That is how this game feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, go off about the Braille puzzle that you loved so much.
Oh, God.
Even though I genuinely like Grace after playing the game, I think she is a very likable and relatable and well-realized character.
Yes.
The plot and the gameplay cannot help but make her unbelievably dumb.
Unbelievably dumb. Also, and I'm sure this was how they were directed that actor whose name I don't remember to say the lines, but there's a lot of, why? I don't know what that is. There's a lot of like initial stuttering, which I wish they had toned down quite a bit.
Same.
Yes, the Braille puzzle. What is she, an FBI agent? Is that right? Yes, an FBI agent. These are smart people. These are not idiots. Is presented with a puzzle box where it has 3 words in Braille. Okay, she doesn't know Braille. That's fine. I get it. I don't know Braille either. However, the words are clearly sun, moon, and star. One of them has 3 letters. 2 of them have 4 letters, and one of those 4-letter words has a double letter in the middle. A 3rd grader could solve this puzzle just by looking at it. And she's like, no, let's go get this child and put her in danger so that I can open this puzzle box that I should be able to do. What a fucking idiot.
Also, I feel like they deliberately positioned the camera where when you use the other 2 identical puzzle boxes elsewhere in the building, you see a full screen view indicating that there is an arm that points to face an icon representing whatever button you just pressed. And to try to save their skin, they position the camera so that it only shows the 3 buttons on screen. But as Grace, we should simply be able to press those buttons, and that
which I
arm
tried
will
to do.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Also, can I tell you, the first puzzle box when I found, I just guessed the combination. Like, I didn't find that part of it first. I was like, well, what if it went there, then there, then there, then there? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is it because I'm a genius? Probably, but I don't know.
Helps.
Please talk about the pencil. We're rehashing stuff that happened in our text thread, but I think it's important for the good people to hear about it. Talk about the pencil rubbing.
Yeah, right. Which is that puzzle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched a YouTuber who, bless his heart, I watch his videos and they're very charming. I'm not going to name him because it seems cruel and petty. But
is he young?
He's probably my age or a little younger.
Okay.
He stumbled for a while at this puzzle wherein the player is shown a notebook where a page has extremely clearly been ripped out. Where, as anybody who has played a puzzle game or seen a movie, it's extremely clear that you are going to need to go find graphite and do a rubbing in order to reveal what was made on that page.
Yes, correct.
He was thrown for a significant amount of time because he was totally unfamiliar with this concept, which was shocking to me.
Because, I don't know if this is exactly a complaint, but it is weird. There are relatively few puzzles where it's like, okay, you have a thing and you have to take a thing from your inventory and interact with it.
Yeah.
Or there are actually several of those, but most of the time it is like 1,000,000% obvious what you're supposed to do.
And there's dramatically more inventory combination puzzles in, I would say, every other mainline Resident Evil except for 5 and 6. Like, there's generally way more than in this game, which I think is a positive change, honestly.
I agree. I fucking hate pick a thing from your inventory and use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, even if you didn't know what to do, it's like, well, clearly you have to like use a thing. You only have so many things. You know, it's not going to be a fucking med kit on it. Like, figure
and
it
also,
out.
the thing you have to use is 8 feet away. in a
Yes,
different room. It's trivial.
Yes. Yeah, I found... Now, last time you were going to ask me something about the basement, the customer care basement.
Oh, well, no, that was just me trying to not to spoil too much, because I knew, Brian, as soon as I heard that you were playing the game, the first thought I had was that Braille thing was going to drive you fucking nuts. And it did.
It did. Now,
it was right.
Yep, you were right. I like the big monsters, the girl and Chunk. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. The girl, when the girl first shows up with the hand coming in, chomping, that's a great moment.
It's
I really like that.
It's such an elegant gag, too, that they start with a really shitty jump scare of a dead guy. Like, that is going to be the jump scare. Yes. I think it's so well done as a misdirect. It's really smart.
I agree.
And the light mechanics, and then later when you go into the basement, and it's like, you're going to have to turn the lights off, buddy. Sorry about it.
Yeah, that whole sequence is tons of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the customer care, or sorry,
customer care.
What was it?
The customer care center.
Yeah, the customer care center. The care center was great. Lots of fun. I like the chef guy that I hemolytic ejected and got his pantry key.
Yeah, it feels great.
That was fun. Yep, I agree.
The chainsaw fight. Well, there's more than one chainsaw fight, but the bit in the care center where it's spinning around and they're running at Leon with it stuck in their chest is so great.
I like that a lot. Rachel came in when I was doing a different chainsaw fight, the one with fire, later in the game in Raccoon City, and she was like, "Do those zombies have chainsaws?" I was like, "You know they do, baby."
Yeah, that's what they really needed.
Yeah,
I really like that fight. The first Leon one with the chainsaw in the care center is I died more times in that fight than anywhere else in the game, because that fight is so dedicated to the slapstick of it like they let you die pretty fucking easily to the chainsaw, and it's always funny. Like one of the times that I died, the initial guy who has the chainsaw accidentally put it through someone else's back. And then when I got too close to that person, they grab Leon by the shoulders and pull him forward onto the chainsaw that's coming out of them, which is like, that's great. That's such a wonderful joke. It's really fun.
Yes. And when it's throwing up sparks, when it hits shit, when the zombies kill another zombie with it, when it's spinning around on the ground and you're like, oh, fuck, another one of them's going to pick it up. Like
spinning on the ground. It's so fucking stupid. It's awesome.
Incredibly designed section.
How much game do I have left if I'm in the arc right now?
You're extremely... I will say that there is probably a little more than you expect, just because there's a solid couple hours in there, but that is pointedly the last part of the game.
Okay, I just took Now, actually, one of my favorite sequences of the game was taking out the elite fighting team.
That's good to hear.
Interesting.
I like that kind of stuff.
I found that part very frustrating, but I will say, since playing it the first time, I have now beaten it a second time, which I found consistently more enjoyable, just because the pain points are stuff I already knew and was able to overcome more easily.
Well, one thing you might want to take into account when you're considering how I did it so easily is that I'm pretty elite, Jory.
That's probably my problem. Is I'm a fucking scrub. I'm a total noob. And
you're a complete noob, and you probably got pwned by the hacksaws in the game.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, you got pwned. That's what someone who got pwned would say.
I'm neither confirming nor denying.
You don't need to. That's a message received, is what I'm going to say to that. But I died, I think, twice to the elite fighting team before I got to the central thing, but I liked the sniping and sneaking.
Okay.
Is that what you're going to ask? Why do I like it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, because I think Aaron had the hardest time with that entire section and with the liquors as well. It was getting a little rough to witness.
Really? I actually, I am.
The difference is that he was super low on ammo. He had nothing to work with whatsoever.
Right.
He is also a noob. I mean,
yes.
I hope that doesn't get back to him, but
no, I'm sure it won't. Thank God he doesn't
texting him right now.
Yeah.
I will say that there is a portion of that fight where when you have to go up on that gangplank to clear the gap in the area where you can open the tube to let the liquor out. there's a part where there's multiple elites who are still alive on the other side.
Yes, that's correct. And they've hidden, and you can't get them from the other side. Yes.
But
I just did this.
When you go across the gangplank, if you're not careful enough, they can extremely easily shoot you up through the floor.
Yes.
And that I think is extremely bad encounter design that drove me crazy.
I agree. That happened. That exact thing happened to me, and I died on that gangplank. Yes.
I think that the exact same design would work fine if that gangplank was opaque and could not be shot through.
I agree.
Because I think dropping down to deal with those guys is really fun, but them shooting you through the floor is
and then the guy comes in with the shield in front of him. You got it. I like that section. Maybe I should do. I don't do many sneak and shoot type games, but maybe I should do more because I did like that.
You should play Dishonored. It's not the same thing, but I feel like you would really, really enjoy Dishonored.
I don't.
And John Slattery from Mad Men is in the first one.
Oh, really?
Jory, are you a Dishonored enjoyer?
This is going to make me sound like a woke white knight, but
You're really into Dishonored play?
I mean, we said we wouldn't talk about that. That was in the contract that we signed, but
contract you signed.
I find the encounter and level design in those games kind of annoying, and I especially prefer my stealth games non-lethal, and Dishonored doesn't really have a wealth of non-lethal options. And then in the opening seconds of Dishonored, there's in the opening seconds of Dishonored, there's what I would characterize as a humiliating fridging, where it's just like a woman has died. That is the incentive for the rest of the plot, and I found it very off-putting, and I stopped playing. When I play them again now, I find them fine. However, I really love Arcane Studios, particularly the work of Arcane Austin. R.I.P. Prey is one of the best immersive sims ever made.
Okay.
As a woman, I disagree with Jory strongly, especially in the context of Dishonored 2, which, the Emily storyline is a lot. I think it's kind of correcting for the sins of the father, both on the story is literally correcting for sins of the father, but
I've played much more of 2 than I have of 1, and I find 2 a lot more satisfying overall. One frustrated me a fuckload when I initially played it. But
am
Brian
I supposed?
would like it.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'm going to be done with this soon. And
misogynist.
Yeah, actually, I give great misogynists, like shoulder misogynists and back misogynists. Yeah. I will play those games, Layden, if you think I should.
What I really want you to play is Routine.
Yes, you may. Okay, I'll do that one next.
Good.
That's the space game.
Yeah, you haven't played it, Jory?
I have not. It looks like it's pulling a lot from Alien Isolation, a game that I respect but do not enjoy.
I like that game. I loved Alien Isolation.
That's why I want you to play Routine, because I think you would like it a lot.
I love the first 3 hours of Alien Isolation, and then I have never played the last 37 hours of Alien Isolation.
I will say that game does feel 30% longer than it should have been. Absolutely, I agree with that. At some point, you're like, I gotta go fucking back there. Oh my god, 100%. But I enjoyed it anyway. What I was gonna ask is, should it be clear? So the 2 main bad guys, Dr. Gideon, right?
Correct.
Vince Gideon? What's his name?
Yeah, Vince Gilligan.
Yeah. What's his first name?
I'm trying to think of we're not messing around here. We're gonna have us a champagne
Pretty
jam.
good, Jory.
That is good. Trying to think of a way to fit that together, and I'm too tired.
Well, with your Blorgon reference, you could have done his character in Community, which is host of the VHS game
Bullets.
Bang. Yeah, what was it? Yeah, Pile of Bullets, right? Yeah.
I love Vince Gilligan so much. He's real cute. He's one of those guys where he's probably much further right politically than any of us want to know, but he's just so charming and precious, and he writes good TV, so we like him.
It's
Jory,
possible.
you've invented an issue.
Yes, I think that's right.
It's not a straw man because it's a specific guy. As long as I make up something
That
about
you
a
have
specific
no evidence
guy,
for. Yes, that's right.
Person. Okay, misogynist.
That's right.
Jeez.
So anyway, it's Dr. Gideon and Zeno.
Yeah.
A name I hate. Are we supposed to not understand if they're human or zombie or some combination, or is there lore in previous games that would indicate to me what the fuck those guys are biologically?
You're going to learn more about what both of them are. However, none of it is going to make any sense, and it's going to flatly contradict previously established information. And it's, in my opinion, it's such campy dog shit that it doesn't particularly matter.
Great.
But you are not going to get satisfying answers.
Okay, because I will say, again, not having played the games, I do not understand what the T virus is and why it seems to move incredibly slowly in some people and just immediately annihilate other people. Also, maybe it instigates some kind of change upon death. Maybe not. Maybe that depends on your biology. The mechanics of the T virus to me seem opaque, is putting it mildly.
Well,
I think that is putting it mildly.
I ask you to consider that maybe there's something special about Grace Ashcroft and her mother, Alyssa, who received a T-virus vaccine back in 1998.
Sure.
I hope the game doesn't flatly contradict any of that and end up making even less sense than it initially seems to.
Well, but also Leon has the virus, as does Sherry.
Sherry Birkin.
A name, by the way, which when Leon said Sherry in his voice, my phone went off thinking I was saying S-I-R-I.
That's fascinating. I hungered for cooking sherry when I heard that. But...
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you drink your nightly bottle of cooking sherry, right? Just to get by.
Yes.
But they both have the virus, as they say, on many occasions. At one point, I've just switched back to Grace's perspective. Leon is all vired out, more than he has been in the past. So I don't quite understand what's going on there. Maybe that'll be answered. Maybe it won't. I'm happy to just ride the ride till the end, but if I don't get satisfactory answers, I will lose my mind.
And you're going to switch to playing Satisfactory.
Yeah.
Have you been playing Satisfactory?
I have not.
Oh, okay. It's a good game.
No. I've been watching someone play Satisfactory.
I think you would love Satisfactory, Brian.
Maybe that'll be next. I'm glad I'm playing this game.
That's awesome.
I'm glad you're playing games in general. It's awesome.
I love playing games. Yes, I'm a.
I will always stand up for I think the modern Resident Evils are the absolute best AAA games. I think that they are so committed to doing fun horror gags, and I think that they are so economical in plot and story. I think that virtually every other AAA game I can name spends so much time on dialogue and cutscenes that I think the Resident Evils are sometimes they are actually too short in terms of dialogue and exposition.
It's very respectful. Yes.
Yeah. And I think that just like if you go back and play 7 and 8, 7 especially is like a very gnarly Texas Chainsaw tribute for the most part, and it's extremely gross and dark and fun. They are nonstop parades of new bullshit. And they are some of the only AAA games I can think of where ideas, this is actually what makes the Raccoon City East part stand out so much, is that ideas in these games very rarely like outstay their welcome. Like 7 and 8 are truly, by the time you have internalized what is happening in a sequence, that sequence is over and you move on to something else.
There were a couple of those in 9, like the motorcycle thing.
Yeah.
Right. Where it's like, we're just shooting dogs? ?
And they are unexplained and never seen again. And Victor Gideon, who has been a James Gumb-esque, intellectual horror villain up until this point,
is now riding a motorcycle. Yes,
shooting a rocket launcher. Who fucking cares? It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
It really doesn't matter. Okay, well then maybe those are on my list too. I don't play AAA games typically, but I will say to your point, as discussed extensively on the show, I found Alan Wake 2 straight up annoying. And it had, you and I have discussed this.
Why did you play Alan Wake 2?
Because everyone was like, because I like horror games, and people were talking about how great it was. And I was like, yeah. And as we know, I like to Alan Wake and Alan Bake every single day.
Yeah.
See,
that's
priority number 7.
Yeah.
Alan Woke.
I have played, I think, a few more horseshit horror games than you have, Brian. And so especially if we're considering the field of AAA games, I think Alan Wake 2 has so much unique and fun stuff going for it that I broadly really like that game, even though I also find it extremely maddening and often extremely boring. I do think that in the case of Alan Wake and Alan Wake 2, that's one of those scenarios where people say, you should try it, it's really Lynchian. And what they mean is, it is expressly indebted to Twin Peaks and Twin Peaks The Return.
Correct.
In an extremely literal and direct way.
Yes.
It's so shocking to me that Alan Wake 1 is a blatant Twin Peaks homage. And now Alan Wake 2, which came out after the release of Twin Peaks The Return, they have... the characterization of Mr. Scratch was completely changed between Alan Wake and Alan Wake 2.
Oh,
so
really?
that in Alan Wake 2, he's literally just Mr. C from Twin Peaks The Return. It's so fucking crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. All right.
But
the Alan Wake 2 committed a sin, which is maybe the worst thing a video game can do, which is to think it's fucking deep.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you're being dumb.
Yeah.
But you're presenting it like this is like, are you gonna fucking believe? Can your mind handle what's going on right now? What if we created the world just by writing it?
Yeah.
Right, man? Like, do you ever think about how writers are almost like gods that create reality?
That's right.
It's like, what if that was real?
You can string that plot along for 20 hours as long as once an hour you remind the player that Alan Wake is a writer by having him say the words, "I am a writer."
That's correct. Yes.
And if you know any real writer in real life, they're saying that as little as possible.
Yeah.
Just in Ubers. The thing I really also didn't really understand, I tell me what you thought, if you agree with this. For Alan Wake 2, the whole mechanic of like change the scene when he was writing just kind of didn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
And you do it like 9 times.
You have to do it so much.
Wait, explain this to me. I haven't played Alan Wake 2.
So there are various things where you're in a location and he writes ? Something where it's like a different narrative about the location, and then other exits open up and things like this happen. So you can change. One way of like navigating through a space is to change the scene.
And very often this is presented as like a bulleted list of beats in a plot. So it's like the cultists committed a sacrificial murder. And so you get the topic sacrificial murder. And when you slot that into place, a room that previously was clean and assembled now is like torn apart and bloody, and it'll give you an entrance to a new area. That's kind of an abstract, but kind of literal and direct expression of the idea.
But what that does, it just doesn't kind of make any sense at its core to me.
It doesn't.
Because it's never really explained, and I don't think you want to over-explain that, but I needed a little bit more to go on where it didn't feel arbitrary. That was really kind of what it came down to for me, is when you're in a thing and you're like, should I be changing the I mean, I guess I can try that. And you're not solving a puzzle, you're just trying random bullshit.
Well, it's basically a linear process where anytime you gain a new topic, you should just use that new topic and it'll provide a way forward. It's really unsatisfying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brian, I feel like you initially brought up Alan Wake 2 as a point of comparison between Resident Evil Requiem and it.
I did, because I find Resident Evil Requiem a lot more fun. It's definitely less complicated. And for whatever fucking reason, and this is my own fault, with Alan Wake 2, I was like, I'm just going to do all the things. I'm going to collect the little spells or incantation, whatever. I just decided to do it. That was a mistake. I found that process extremely bothersome and annoying.
And speaking of dog shit, I mean, like, I generally really like Alan Wake 2. The puzzles where you have to explicate nursery rhymes using toys.
The fucking worst.
They do not make any sense.
What?
No, they don't. So you get these little figurines, and you're supposed to you have like a little kind of pattern in the dirt, and you're supposed to put there's like a mother figure and a child. There's all sorts of different stuff depending on where you are. And there's a nursery rhyme, which is like, the boy went out one summer day, and then he went to sail away. And you're like, okay, well, I need the sun figure and the boat figure or whatever. But which would be fine if it was like pretty obvious. Some of these are oblique is, again, a generous term. They're just nonsense. And you just have to, you found a figure nearby, you put it on the thing, and then you do that. Reality changes, and maybe you get a new item or a charm or something like that. And usually some fucking zombie spawns, and you got to go kill it. The nursery rhyme thing, dumb. It just it felt arbitrary, like you said.
They don't make it, all you can do is trial and error. They do not make any sense. They are so poorly written.
I just looked up the answer. You know, a game has lost me when I'm like, I'm just gonna look it up because I love puzzles. I want to be solving puzzles. That's a thing I actively want to do with my spare time. Yeah. When I'm just like, oh, just go look it on the Wikipedia. A game has lost me. Now, I will say with Resident Evil Requiem, I have not done that once, in part because there are no puzzles in this game.
He's a programmer.
Yeah, and I do think that
wait. Did I mention how elite I was before? Have I talked about this yet?
You said that. You also mentioned that you were to hacksaws. Yeah.
I am like catnip to hacksaws. They come after me. They want me. They try to pursue me, but I pwn them.
How do you hack a hacksaw? You're going to get pwned.
It's truer words, Jory. Truer words.
Leet pwn night with Brian Wecht.
Oh,
yeah.
Pretty good.
It's not all the way there yet.
Yes. Hacksaw Griffis.
I think that generally Resident Evil does a very good job of having encounter design with combat that is satisfying and fun, which Alan Wake 2 does not have. Mm-hmm. And it has a story that is unpretentious, trite bullshit in a way that I think feels like intentional insulation against criticism in a way that I think broadly works, where it's like the story is so fucking dumb that they're just self-aware enough about it that if it hits and you're impressed. And if it doesn't hit, it's funny camp. I think they're pretty smart about it.
I think 8 is smart about that too, even though it's a little bit, certainly does not come together the way that Requiem does, but it 8 is so like, this is anime shit.
Yeah.
I said to you both, I loved it when Emily died and turned into a monster with a vertical mouth and then blew up, I guess, question mark. That was great. I really liked that monster.
Because you hated that child?
Wasn't the biggest fan of the child. Yeah, I was like, it's like, look, kid, I'm saving you, right? I don't really want to be, but I'm gonna. And now you're just scared all the time? No, thank you.
Save a child in peril, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. And I can't even like put you down wherever because you're too stupid to stand or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can only sit on this one couch. That's the only place that's allowed.
Yes.
I think it's fun from like a mission encounter design standpoint to have to clear a safe path to carry the child. And I think that it's fun that happens at the sequence where previously killed zombies start to resurrect as ultra zombies. I think that sequence is actually pretty fun. It's just you have to ignore that none of it makes any narrative sense.
That's correct. Yeah. And I do like, then Chunk comes back and you got to avoid Chunk. And I like that Chunk can kill other zombies. That's great.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. I mean, it's not that the sequence isn't fun. It's that the central reason for doing it is idiotic.
Well,
Jory, are you playing on different settings, or did you play on different settings for your second playthrough, or you just...
I beat it on Modern the first time and Classic the second time.
Nice.
And I found Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
I found it trivially easy even on Classic the second time through. Just because I think the game is designed so that as you internalize stuff about it, it's just like you kind of know what to do. And in a way that I think is satisfying. Like it's the closest thing I've ever done to speed running in a way that I think is fun.
Yeah. Well, speaking of modern classics, this is Late Night with Brian Wecht. And my name is Brian Wecht. Here we have Layden Gray. Layden.
Hi, that's me. And over here we have...
It's me, the J-Man, checking in with another call with my boys, B-Rye and LG. Mm-hmm. Life's good.
Life's good. I was just about to say life's good. Yeah.
So true. I would get very excited as a child whenever I saw an LG product.
Of course you would.
Very charming.
It's for me.
Just like I would get excited when I saw a BMW because those are my mom's initials.
Oh.
Are they?
Yep. Bonnie Madeline Wecht. Her married name. Do you know, Jory?
Bonnie is such a cute name. I don't think I
was
knew
just
that
about
that
to say,
was your
do you know
mom's
what my
name.
mother's maiden name was? And I was like, I don't want to say that on a podcast.
I guess that's fair. Yeah. I do know your first pet's name. I know the street you grew up on.
Yeah, because you know my porn star name.
Are those porn star name bits? They're so funny. Let me clarify that. It's so fun and funny to talk about that type of thing.
Yes.
It's also almost as funny to add in bed to the end of a fortune cookie.
Oh, well, you know. Well, do you know my hack? Do you know my hack for this? I have a hack for this. Please. Instead of saying in bed in a Chinese restaurant, any restaurant where you get a fortune cookie, don't say in bed, say whilst fucking.
Whilst fucking.
Yeah.
Tahaxor delivers again.
Yeah. You will have great fortune whilst fucking. That's good stuff.
Pardon me while I rafflecopter.
Oh, wow. We were just talking about the rafflecopter. I think in the last episode.
It's sad.
Nobody raffles anymore.
No one raffles
Nobody
anymore.
raffle mouse.
No, well, no, you know where you raffle mouse? In a Waffle House. Well, look, despite only talking about horror games, we're here today to accomplish a non-horror game task, which is to say,
scariest creature of all.
Yes, a true nightmare legend, I think. We're going to watch E.T., and we're doing an E.T. watch-along. Now, one thing, I guess, we should probably pause before we actually start the movie, but
yes.
We'll do the intros now. Jory, how are you feeling about watching E.T. together?
I feel wonderful about watching E.T. Are you actually asking as an actuarial concern or more of like an emotional check-in?
Yes, I'm worried you're going to die while we watch it, so I need your actuarial data. No, I'm checking. Of course, I want to know how you're feeling about it.
I love E.T. so much. Last time I saw it was probably around 8 years ago, and I found it profoundly moving in a way that maybe was even greater than how I felt about it when I was a child. I think that it is a genuinely timeless and great movie. Wow. How do you feel about it, Brian Layton?
I have not watched E.T. more recently than 1988. There's no way I have seen E.T. since the 80s.
That's fascinating.
A time period in which I was famously a child. And I fucking hated it then. I expect to fucking hate it now.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm so fascinated by this.
I never liked E.T. It, the movie, I found it scary as a kid and upsetting. And it was one of those, like, supposed to be magical, but is actually traumatic movies that a lot of those 80s kids movies are. And that is just the memory that has stayed with me. I have not watched it as an adult, a Zadult, because I'm a Zaddy, of course. Because I don't, I love Spielberg. Sure, who doesn't love Spielberg? I am intrigued. I've harbored, and it has been a core tenet of this podcast that E.T. sucks shit. That I am very curious to watch it now in my 50s. Probably 40-ish years since I most recently saw it.
I mean this in all sincerity. Sandlot fucking sucks shit. Garbage movie.
I
Goonies.
don't really disagree with the Sandlot. Yeah,
Goonies fucking sucks shit.
Oh,
Garbage
I disagree
movie.
with you. I love the Goonies.
I think so many of these 80s movies that people are nostalgic for are pure nostalgia. I think E.T. is a beautiful
definitely
movie.
True. I like the Goonies a lot. I watched it recently. We showed it to Audrey recently. Completely worked. She loved it.
Oh, you see, now I feel bad. You had a bonding experience with your precious child.
That's fine. We have a bonding experience every day. I'm a good father.
Has Audrey seen E.T.?
No,
she hasn't, because you haven't seen. I think it's been 20 years for me. I think I've only seen it once, and it would have been when I was a kid and still in my I hate and I'm terrified of E.T. phase. I think now as an adult.
We were about the same age when we most recently saw it then.
Yeah. My take is I hate E.T. the creature. I think I'm going to say during the movie, I hate this guy, but this movie rules. That's my take. I don't like mawkish, overly sentimental stuff. However, Spielberg is so good at doing that shit. I think I'm not immune to that. So that's my guess here.
Yeah, I was very excited when I rented it to see Peter Coyote's name, because I love Peter Coyote.
Who's this fucker?
I don't. Well, sorry, he's been in a bunch of movies. Like a character actor. He does Haggard really well. What else? He's been in a ton of things. You'll recognize him. He was in Outrageous Fortune with Bette Midler and Shelley Long. He's in a bunch of stuff. Sometimes he plays like an agent type person.
I don't recognize him at all.
I like Peter Coyote.
Oh, he plays Captain Harold C. Barnes in Sphere, of course.
I did not know. I've never seen Sphere.
There's a Sphere movie, like the Crichton Sphere?
It's horrible. It is.
I believe it.
Bad. It's really depressing.
The book's great.
I keep waiting for the Sphere in Las Vegas to do Michael Crichton's Sphere, and they never fucking pull the trigger.
It's just like,
come on, guys. It's just waiting there.
Yeah. Well, Brian, once you get close enough to the Sphere and you think about it and what you're afraid of, it'll appear on the Sphere, just like in the book. Sorry, spoilers for Sphere, everybody.
Cool. When I was into fantasy and less so sci-fi
I love when Brian's dismissive of me. It's awesome. I'm always dismissive of Brian, but it feels good.
I wouldn't call that dismissive. I would call that an honest reaction. My parents bought me Sphere when I was 12 or something, and I remember starting to read it and being like, not for me. But I was probably too young to like grok it.
It seems so you, and I will say it like has the biggest like mystery push forward of what the fuck is happening of like most of the books I've read in the past year. And it falls off once the mystery is cleared up a bit, but it's still great. It's like, I mean, that's how I feel about Crichton. It's like he's good Dan Brown.
Yep. Yeah, I totally
Shit
agree.
Moves. He is unsentimental. He's mean. It's so, the economy of his writing is so just like you're in, you're out.
Do you guys have strong takes about Dan Brown? Do you have time to dedicate to talking about Dan Brown?
We're not doing this, Jory. We're not doing this. Okay, why don't we? So, Leighton, did you had your reaction, right? Yes, we got your ET.
I had my what?
Your reaction to ET.
Oh.
We did your pre-watching interview. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I want to make sure we all got our thing in.
The thing I was going to bring up was why have we not had a guest for Bad Book Club yet?
Because we don't want to inflict that on anyone, but we should.
Yeah.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break here so we can freshen up, powder our noses, etc. And then we're going to come back.
Wait, why did I do the stoner voice for a cocaine thing? Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
All right.
We're all going to die.
Back in a jiff.
Okay, wait. No, we should say, like, are we putting the track on public feed?
Right. So this is what I wanted to talk about. I think, given how long we're already at, I think we put the watch along part on the Patreon and we keep the conversation here. Yeah.
Yeah. So we should sign off and say if you want to.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great. Well. All right. So yes, go for it, please.
So if you want to watch along with us and listen to our commentary track, please go to patreon.com/LeightonNight to listen to the commentary track, which you can listen to alone or as an actual commentary track.
Yeah.
Each of us will tell one secret that we would never tell any other person exclusively on the Patreon.
Wow.
That's good. But
good. It's going to be mixed in with 100 lies. And you have to figure out which is the truth.
If you don't want to hear these secrets and a bunch of lies, continue listening and you will hear our discussion after the movie. Otherwise, patreon.com/LeightonNight.
As the song said, secrets are lots of fun.
And so is this movie. Let's go.
All right. So if you want to join us for this viewing of E.T., the extraterrestrial, you can go to patreon.com/LeightonNight. We watch the whole movie together. It's not edited. You just start it, and then you start the movie at some point, and you watch along with us while we riff on it. It's delightful. Anyway, here we are, cutting to our post-ET reaction here on the main feed. All right. Is your local going,
Clap
Jory?
sync. Clap. Can you interrupt your bit for a second to clap sync?
Yeah.
This bit that the listeners are not going to get any of.
You can start it again. Let's clap so then you
I
can do
had to
it.
think about the practical realities of recording a podcast. I'm like a little punch drunk, I think. This is really good.
Let's clap. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, clap. All of that staying in.
Yes, of course it is.
Welcome back, everybody on the main feed. Fuck E.T.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you joined us on our Patreon, you could watch along with us. Jory's a little emotional right now. Layden, let's go to you for your E.T. reaction. Now, it's been a while since you've seen it.
Jory
needs a second. He needs a second.
Can we hold space for Jory right now in this moment?
Yes. Just like E.T. did?
Holding space.
Because that's where he's from? He's from space? Yeah.
It got him good. Yeah, that movie would have been a lot scarier if E.T. is like...
If it was just doing all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would he understand the like Western pointing that isn't offensive? Like,
yeah.
That matches his ghoulish appearance.
I forget. I think it's safe to say
actual crocodile tears, Jory.
So, as we went in, I was open-hearted, and my fault, my default position was I hate E.T., but I went in with an open mind and an open heart. And now that we're on the other side of it, 2 fucking hours later, my position has not changed at all. In fact, I think I hate E.T. more than I ever have.
Why is it so long?
It's
Same.
So long.
You all heard us say it if you're on the main feed. Like, I came in with an open heart, and my heart light has been turned off.
I really did want to like this movie.
Jory, what are your thoughts?
I don't know where either of you are coming from on this. We couldn't be further apart. What are you talking about? If you're on the page, subscribe to the Patreon now. You can hear the arguing you've been doing this whole time.
Yeah, we're not friends anymore.
Ruined the experience for you.
Where these two are? Where are they coming from?
We're so mean.
E.T. sucks.
I think we're all
We're in hour 4.
Communally so punchy right now.
We have to wrap this up quickly because it's so late.
I love the experience of the main feed non-Patreon listener here that we left with me being like, no, you guys, timeless classic.
You said you were so excited all day to watch E.T.
And then we come back. How, like, we've been through a fucking war.
I don't know, 40 minutes in, it dawned on us that there was over an hour left, and we were all like, oh my God.
The first 10 minutes, I was like, okay. By the time you get to the third act, it's like this movie could have been over by now.
It was so slow. And again, I don't dislike slow movies. I love a nice slow movie.
I'm a Tarkovsky fucker.
Yeah.
I like Gus Van fucking Sant.
Paris, Texas. I love Paris, Texas. I like a slow movie.
Because that's cinema.
Because it's cinema. And Spielberg, obviously, very talented. But, oh my fucking God, this did not do it for me.
The sound design is great. The score is great.
Truly great.
Yep.
Drew Barrymore is really cute.
Score had for John Williams, I was not as into this as I've been other John Williams.
At times.
Yeah.
And we talked about this in the Patreon app.
Borderline yakety sax type shit going on for a hot second there.
Raiders was the year before. Poltergeist came out like 5 months later. They're both such pacey, genuinely timeless movies.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Nothing about this held up for me except the aspects of it that were like period piece type. Whoa, did you see that, soda kind of thing?
See that paper tube of Kraft Parmesan?
And Stranger Things just took that soul feeling from this and made 7 seasons of a show.
That is absolutely right. Watching this, it is very clear in a way that it hadn't been to me before. It was like, oh, they just did that. Like Stranger Things just lifted wholesale.
The thing that you love about E.T., which is those kids playing D&D at the beginning, you know? Like, what if that was a whole show and we took the nasty little penis alien
grabbed a bug out of this guy. Yeah, that alien sucks.
My,
Gross. He's nasty.
I wanted my opinion to change in general, but also of looking at E.T., I wanted to have a moment where I was like, you know what? I was wrong. He's cute. No, he only
he's
got
my boy.
more horrifying.
I wanted that too.
Because
They know how-
I forgot the details and seeing his
veins, his throbby,
nasty
veiny
fucking neck.
Yeah.
Flesh falling off.
I will genuinely maintain that I think you could take this exact same movie and just trim a bunch of dead air out of it, and it would be good.
Like all the parts with E.T.
E.T. without E.T.
Yeah.
I think it's all there. I just think there's something it's the power of editing, man. That like
I don't think there was any in this movie actually.
The film being so pacey makes it feel condescending. Where if it was faster paced,
yes, good point.
I think it would feel like great movie and
fun.
Not like talking down to me like I am an idiot.
Yeah.
And I need everything to take fucking forever to play out.
Oh my fucking
Because it's like
God.
top of second act is just like slapstick. Yep. And they make the communicator or whatever. But like things don't
put him in a
happen.
dress.
It's not really like things aren't happening.
I'm struggling to remember even how the government agents enter the story.
They just show up.
They just show up.
They're not the guys in the woods originally, right?
No, I don't think so.
I think it was.
Really?
Oh, well then that's it.
Because like at the start of the movie, they seemed like rednecks. Maybe this was a mistake on my part that like, I'm misinterpreting.
That was a classist assumption.
Yeah, I got no. I will always have
just real quick, Jory. Check your privilege, please.
I will always have redneck stolen valor, no matter how long I live. But I feel like my childhood earned me the title.
Stolen valor. Was that no?
Is that Trey Magnifique's cousin?
That's actually
Stolen Valor is really good.
I'm writing this down. I keep a list of Trey song titles, and that is going on the list.
And saying it like Stolen.
Stolen Valor.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I got nothing to say about this movie.
It's I'm angry. It's 10:43 on a Friday night, and I watched a movie with my friends and somehow didn't have a good time. No, that's not true. I had a great time, but
and the listeners should check out the Patreon to hear the great time we had.
See, because normally we do these, and we do like a 45-minute segment afterwards where we talk about stuff excitedly, and we're here at 8 padded minutes because I'm
exhausted. I spent the evening away from my family to do this with you all, and I love both of you. But
hiding in your garage watching a movie for children with 2 other grown-ass adults for a podcast.
Yes,
we love you too, Brian.
We did. Thank you, Jory. Took you a while there though, but
fucking damn it.
He was fishing.
Yeah, a movie none of us really liked while watching it this time. Now, Jory, maybe you'll revisit this again in your dotage and love it, but I don't see. My goal. Again, it took me 40 years roughly to rewatch E.T. I'm hoping to make it at least another 40, which is to say, my goal right now in life is to die never seeing this movie again. That is my actual goal. That is my 11th priority.
That to the listener, that callback probably didn't feel very impressive, but for us, it was 17 hours ago that Brian mentioned his priority list. So.
Yeah, I feel like we've gone through a journey. We're like exhausted and covered in dirt, and we had
just
to
like E.T.
I set up that
E.T.'s penis body.
I set up that visual bit. I rubbed my cheeks and my nose to try to like redden up a little, and like I'm worried that my capillaries are fucked up. It wasn't worth it at all.
I thought the eye drops were a nice touch.
Yeah, I like that.
Did you actually put them in?
Doing some fucking prop comedy here on the
video. I know, on this audio podcast.
There's got to be at least 11 people who saw the visual.
Yeah, that is actually probably right.
E.T.'s fucking stupid, right? He is a dumb being. He's not smart. Yeah, he learns English, sort of. But there's so many better. I mean,
he makes balls float in the air.
Yeah, so do I.
And then doesn't do.
It's okay. So is it canon that he's actually that old? Because it would bring me
that
a
I
little
didn't
bit
know.
It would bring me a little bit of comfort if I could tell myself that he has a short enough lifespan that he dies shortly after the events of the movie.
Oh, I see. He's so old that he's about to die. That's why he's such an idiot.
It comforts
Hold
you
on.
that this creature died. It's 10 million years old.
How
two things.
old is E.T.
Hold
the
on.
character?
While the alien appears slow and somewhat senile.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Go.
He's senile.
It brings me the slightest bit of comfort, A, to imagine that he will die not long after the events of the film, and B, that the Bible is accurate and he will go to hell for his sins. I don't actually feel that way. I don't actually want the Bible to be accurate.
Which layer of hell is he
I don't
in?
know to believe this.
I do believe that he will be in the seventh circle and that Lucifer will be gnawing on him for all eternity.
So,
He's so rubbery.
according to here we go. Science
Chewing
fiction,
on him like a piece of gum.
Let's see. According to Science Fiction Stack Exchange, he is 10 million years old.
That's what I said like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
10 million years old.
Yeah, what an idiot. He's fucking stupid.
You had 10 million years to learn stuff.
Yeah. Now, is he so old that he's just, I mean, he's speaking of dotage before, like, is he senile? Is that why?
What I just said.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking this up. I was looking it up while you were talking about it.
Can we assume E.T. received some kind of head trauma right as the events of the film were starting?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, CTE.
Yeah.
CETE. Or is it just CET?
CET. Yes, CET. And that would have lent credence, folks on the main feed. We spent a lot of time during the movie fantasizing about how it could all go wrong and become a horror movie. And I think we had some pretty good ideas, but that was the most entertaining part of the movie to me.
Yeah.
That's like, honestly, like, I think E.T. crossed with Cujo. Like, E.T. is sweet, and then something fucked up happens, and he becomes a killer.
Well, maybe this is the same universe as Cujo, and Cujo bites E.T. and gives him rabies. But for a being of E.T.'s provenance, rabies is like 1 billion times worse, right? So you don't just go nuts. Like his telekinesis goes off the charts. He's like like we're saying, scanner style, blowing up heads and shit, right? Because of Cujo.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
The image, Brian, of E.T. being brutally killed by a sniper's bullet during the movie's heartwarming climax.
I'm glad you watched that.
I found that funny. I found that funny when you said that, but that was 2 hours ago, and I'm so much more punchy now than I was then. And it just really tickled me when it re-entered my
I like
mind.
the idea. Suddenly, like you haven't seen this guy at all. Suddenly, you got to a frame where you're looking through the scope.
It's like the beginning of the cinematic in Fallout New Vegas.
Yes. Well, I don't know, Triffider, but yes, all you see is just it's like a shaky scope with the crosshairs.
And truly, the thing that I said about it going to a freeze frame immediately, we don't even have enough time to register how Elliot and Gertie and Mike and Mary feel about it. It's just...
They all watched E.T. get shot like a deer.
So we cut to the scope, and we hear, I've got him in the sight, and some guy just goes, "Take the shot."
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah, that's how it should have ended.
Yeah,
it should have ended when if we were just said like, no, the internet stuff is too bad. We don't have to watch E.T.
Yeah. Oh no,
it's over before it even began.
We thought the internet might have been a problem, but it really wasn't at all.
That's the only time you're ever going to say that sentence, Brian.
Yeah.
Something that Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, and just like those guys in general have kind of opened my eyes to recently is like it is so funny to me that those characters love each other, but they also betray and are betrayed by each other constantly.
Yes.
The total contrast is so funny to me. And in the movie, when Jay is trying to get away to become a musician on his own, and Matt immediately is hip to it and is like, am I getting fucked here? It's so funny to me.
Yeah, it's very funny. Yeah.
And I think that any jarring tonal contrast is very, very funny to me, it turns out. And I think E.T. getting his brains blown out is really hitting for me.
By a guy we've never seen before, like who has not shown up in the movie, didn't know there was a sniper team on him, like, or he's one guy, right? The government, they're like 3 years ago, there's some meeting, like clandestine meeting in a windowless room where. They're like, we're hiring you because you're the best. We've got to go no contact. I know we can't call this off, that kind of thing. Once we do it, we've got one guy we're keeping track on. He's a little funny looking, but trust me, he's a national security threat. Right on it.
He's like the Man in Black from Halloween 5,
yes.
Or he's like, or he's. I got a lot of thinking to do.
I will never watch this again. I will not subject my family to it. I will not subject my friends to it. All I'm gonna do, it calcified every opinion I ever had about E.T., which is that I hate this movie, I hate this character, I don't want to see it, I don't want to experience it, I don't want to think about it. If anytime
he's ugly and he should die.
I'm going to treat the phrase E.T. like Skull and Bones people treat Skull and Bones. When anyone mentions it, I will leave the room.
Correct.
E.T.
He will die soon.
Leighton Night is produced by Brian Wecht and Leighton Gray. Sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/Leighton Night. Follow us on Twitter at Leighton Night, on Instagram at Leighton_Night, or email us at leightonnight@gmail.com.